We're doing another video on strategy for best materia builds early on and late game for Final Fantasy VII Remake. So, quite a few things to go over. You're going to start with Cloud's basic fire materia, which I hope you use a lot. Because this materia is basically the weakness to all Shinra enemies, like 99% of them. So if you're facing a Shinra soldier or any kind of Shinra human, as long as they're humanoid or human, fire is going to be your answer. So that's going to be a huge materia you're going to use a lot of. Likewise the mechs, you can use lightning against them, and you're slowly going to get some more of these materia as we go. I'm going to go to the first story that you guys are going to have access to, because we're going to talk to this guy, and you'll get you'll be able to get Deadly Dodge if you guys pick it up in Chapter 2, which is going to be it's over to the left of all the Shinra enemies that you see down the hall. And this one, especially when you level it up, is absolutely destructive. It basically groups enemies together for you to get a stagger effect, and just for you to obliterate them with AoE damage, because Cloud has serious AoE. He's not single target like Tifa or Barret. He has AoE damage, which is amazing. So take advantage of that. He's great with mobs. He fights lots of them, especially by himself. One of the other materia you're going to use all the time in the very beginning, healing. Make sure you have this on. Don't get the other one. I don't know why they named it healing. I think other Final Fantasy titles and other games were getting confused when they put it as cure. It used to be called cure. So once you level this puppy up to level 3, regen. Regen is amazing. It is continuous healing through your whole battle. So as soon as you get that, start using it as much as possible. That and Deadly Dodge I cannot recommend anymore. So, but you guys are here for the materia combinations, so I'm going to go over a lot of atypical ones that are some of the best in the game. I'm leveling up some materia currently, so excuse my build right now, but it was for some hard difficulty runs that we were doing. We're gonna go, this is my favorite right here, enemy skill. Gives you access to 2 useful techniques essentially, and the rest are okay, but man, for damage dealing, it is absolutely destructive and amazing. It is absolutely amazing. So, I'm going to switch this elemental too as well. We'll talk about that. There is in Arctic. It's a ice, basically ice element, without having to have ice materia linked to your element, which a lot of enemies are actually weak to. Monsters especially. There's a ton of monsters that are weak to ice. Very few are weak to other elements. So that's going to be a huge factor. So, and on top of that, as soon as you get it, as soon as you put that on, you're going to be continuously healing. So with Tifa in general, she hits so hard. Especially when you get this little item right here, Fury Ring. at first I was worried when I first got it. I was like, oh, like the old game, because Berserk doesn't allow your character to use any abilities or any magic in the original Final Fantasy. In this, it does. All it does, though, it doubles your damage, which is crazy, because Tifa already hits like a truck, so you don't need to be doing that anyway. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. She'll hit even harder, which is insane. On that note, though, so since you're doing ice damage to enemies and you have HP absorb attached to it, you're gonna be healing on every hit. And Tifa does a lot of damage, so basically she just can't die. It's amazing. Elemental Materia, I hope you guys are using a ton of that as soon as you get it. This is one of the most useful in the game. Links your damage, does a ton of damage. We're talking, really serious damage. And I know they'll definitely, when part 2 comes out, they're gonna, have a level 3, have a level 4, and a level 5, and a level 6 maybe, where we can 5 or 6 star these materia. I don't know how far they're going to go. Maybe they're going to keep it like the old game where it's only 5 or 6 stars. It'll be interesting. I'm excited. But on that note, let's throw. She's already got that, so we don't need. Sure, let's do that. Another great combination here, we're going to flip back to the cloud here, is HP absorption and deadly dodge. So the suction right here, and I'm using level 1s because I want to show you guys just how devastating it can be too. So we'll check that out. And the Pari Materia. And I'm on hard mode right now, so I can show you just how effective it is. But Pari Materia is amazing. It gives you ATB and gives you bonus ATB. And Cloud kind of does little somersaults along with Tifa. It has some really cool little somersaults around the enemy. It's really funny. Barret does some funny stuff too with the Pari Materia, so I would highly recommend all of you to mess around with it and see everyone's animation for it. It's pretty fun. So, the deadly dodge with HP absorb does a crazy amount of damage. If you're, walled in with, 4 or 5 enemies, Cloud will heal for literally maybe over 1,000. I've even seen him heal for 2,500, like a quarter of 9,999 health. Like that's insane. So again, he'll just be self-sustaining in groups. Single one-on-one, not as useful. So you'd want to use the enemy materia with that, or the Pari Materia, and get a little more active with your guarding. The other Magnify with everything is great. Magnify with heal, Magnify if you're fighting Shinra, Magnify fire. If you're gonna fight machines, Magnify lightning, right? And so on and so on. Poison is the most underrated materia in the game. As soon as you get this, start using it as much as possible. Instead of magnifying your cure, magnify poison. Because you're going to fight lots of big groups of enemies anyway, and damage over time is huge. Especially when you're only fighting with 1 or 2 allies, or just one ally, like when you're just fighting with Aerith and running through. It's huge. So barrier materia works extremely well with Magnify as well. You can literally just breeze through the game, even on hard mode, by neglecting 50% of all types of damage. Barrier is going to do your any attack physical damage done to you. Mana Ward's going to do anything magic related, and Mana Wall's going to do both. So And I know all of you, if you played the original, you're looking forward to that enemy skill. To have the ultimate shield and get haste applied, and yeah, that will be fun. That will be fun times coming soon to us. I definitely recommend you guys check out my other video about when part 2 of FF7 Remake will come out, and how that will work. Magnify with time is actually amazing, because you can haste your whole team and then slow or stop, which is broken AF, the whole enemy team. So they won't be able to do anything to you, essentially. And you'd be surprised how many big bosses are weak to this. It's crazy. It is insane. So I would highly recommend that. Warding's really cool, but it's just you have a small chance of doing it, because you're gonna only probably have 25-50% anyway for a long time. If you have it maxed out, you're crazy SOB. But I love ya. Prayer, you want to use it as much as possible too. This is your free cure. So for your hardcore hard players, once you get to hard mode here, like we're playing on right now, as soon as you get to hard mode, you're you're gonna be able to you're gonna be able to do it. So you're gonna be able to do it very easily with that materia. Super helpful. So that one, prayer will give you free. You don't have to use MP to heal yourself. So it's absolutely amazing. I'll use the level 1. You're not going to want to use it early on in the game. Sorry, my timer went off. You're not going to want to use it early on in the game, because it takes too long to level up, frankly, to get it to high usage. So late game though, or if you're patient enough to just have it on one person for your entire playthrough, which I don't really recommend, because there's better materia, and you can level this puppy up late game very easily too. A couple ways you can do it. Steel is only useful for a couple boss battles, and for certain big mini bosses where you can get turbo ethers and a couple nifty items that are nice to have through your first playthrough. But that's about it. Items become irrelevant in hard mode, if you guys don't already know that. Unfortunately, that's kind of how it is. Luck is amazing, but it depends on the weapon you are using. You're going to want to use luck up with any luck up items, so weapons that have luck up, which will give you higher critical. So this guy right here, the nail bat, amazing. You'll do triple damage, literally. And nail bat has the slug, which that will do like 1,000 to 1,500 damage just by itself. It's disgusting. It's really fun. In fact, I'll mess around with it right now, because it is super awesome, and I do not need steadfast right now at the moment, so there's no reason to have that. Yep. And what else? So my goodness. Yep, we're looking good. Yeah, so the other thing I was getting at that I was going to say is, for other linked materia, MP up. Most of you are going to be like, 0.1? That's nothing. You can't even get anything with that. Au contraire, mon frère. The only magic that you can do really good damage where it'll be worth it and you can get replenish very nicely, and I'll run it for you guys. We'll run a couple different things. First we'll run this get up and then I'll show you how to do it. But MP absorb plus poison, not lightning, plus poison, only poison, because it does damage over time. You will consistently get MP back. Yes, so hard mode players, if you're like struggling because all of a sudden you're out of MP because you're black maging it like a madman or mad woman, then here's your problem solver. Get your poison going. Use magnify with your poison. Just use the basic bio. And at least so as long as you can get one bio off, that consistent bio damage will keep giving you MP. So for those long drawn out fights, really great for bosses, so you can just consistently get some MP back. Especially when you need to spam magic because they're only weak to a certain element and it's hard mode and whatever the case, right? So that's an amazing way to do it. I couldn't believe they added that. It was really crazy because a lot of people have tried different builds and doesn't work well for them. Another good way to do that too is you put synergy poison, poison MP, and magnify poison. So basically you're using 6 slots of poison, but every time you use poison you're going to be getting MP back. So it's it's amazing. I'm going to show you guys the healing that we can do with that the enemy skill really quick, and the parry and the dodge, so you guys can kind of just get a feel for it. And we'll kind of go from there. It'll be interesting, yeah. I think I have that, so I'm going to show you guys Deadly Dodge right here. We'll do some Deadly Dodge. And on Tifa here, she has the HP absorption with the enemy skill. So we will mess around with this guy right here right now. I think this is where you get your first orb for ice. Okay, yeah. See, and that's why you love that damage right there. My Tifa with her she's just broken. I'm not gonna even use Unbridled. So you're gonna put on Algid right here. See, she's healing 23, 34, 64. She had a couple heals right there within seconds. So that was she was healing over 100 health, which is way faster than regen, by the way. So it's basically like an auto regen. It's really insane. There's your double up. See, he's healing for 20. It's okay. But in bigger mobs, he heals a lot. He heals a lot. Just trust me. There's a couple places where you can fight lots of Shinra troops. In Chapter 14, test it out there, or in the very beginning of the game, Chapter 2. You can do it there. Amazing. It's amazing. So, we didn't clear the last one. So I'm going to show you Algid one more time too, for the heck of it. And I can show you the MP regen on the poison as well. We'll just set that up with Tifa really quick. So, we will have her Oh my goodness. Alright, let's get what we want. MP Absorb and Poison, right? So that's what we were talking about. And I'll just use the normal Poison. We don't need to use anything special, just so you guys can get the effect. And let's do Magnify as well. She does not need the cog anymore. Let's put Horse on her. Cool. Okay. So. Alright, we're gonna go to Magnify, where are you? And Bio. Okay. I'm gonna fight this last mob. I'm gonna show you guys what's going on with it. Just so you guys can get an idea, I mean, not making up how amazing this is. I don't build ATB. Alright, good. Okay. So just 2 enemies right here, right? Okay, it auto-killed them. I couldn't show you it, but trust me, it's amazing. Yeah, so anyway, it's gonna do DPS over time, and then you guys will be able to retrieve mana from that. It's amazing. It's amazing. You get that from Chadley from doing the intel, the MP absorption. By the way, if you don't have it yet, it's okay. You can get it later. And those are some of the best ones you want to start running for your support material. The purple here. You're gonna want to do some steadfast block. This will help you get ATB while you're blocking, and you take a lot less damage, like a lot less. So this is extremely helpful, and it's especially for your allies you don't play as much of. So if you're switching, with, for example, I like to play with Cloud and Tifa a little bit more than the rest. I like all the characters, to be honest, but and they're all fun to play with in their own manner. But anyway, if I'm playing more as a certain character, it's very worth it to have steadfast block on them, because your characters you don't play as are going to fill their ATB gauge, so you can switch to them more, and then use that ATB gauge for some bigger impact in battle, right? Skill Master is okay. I wouldn't use too much of that. Refocus is broken. AF. Get this. Use it as much as possible. Super, super, super useful. Basically, refocus. It gives you. It only happens when you can only use it. Sorry, when you are in a battle. So your limit break is full. You can use this. So you can't use it if you don't have your limit break full. So you have to be in a battle, have to have your limit break full, then you can use it. Some people get confused with that, but basically it gives you 3 ATB bars, which that's pretty helpful for long drawn out battles. So extremely useful. Auto cure, I don't need to even say. This is a must, and amazing help for long drawn out battles, and early on you're going to need that. Really good, really good, unless you really like to just control your healer yourself, and you're good at that. First Strike is pretty cool, especially early on. It's kind of like Initiative back in the day, but gives you full ATB right away instead of like a sneak attack. Parry and Deadly Dodge, we already went over that. It's amazing. Luck Up, we went over that. Magic Up is great. Pretty much only going to want to use that on Barret, Cloud, and Aerith. So yeah, because they're your damage dealers for magic. Really great magic users. Cloud especially is super underrated. His magic is his starting and his base stats for magic are amazing. You see that? Well, because I'm wearing certain gloves on Tifa too. Hers are really good. Normally though, I run, yeah, I think this one. Because of the speed. It's all about the speed. You want the Sonics, and the feather gloves are great too. Except they give you less MP. Feather gloves, actually, those are the ones I usually run. Purple paint's awesome too, because oh, I still need to max it out, it's funny. But yeah, purple paint's amazing because it gives you retribution later on. I'll show you that. If you can, Cloud's ultimate weapon will have retribution as well. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm gonna go to Clouds. Hold on, I'm sorry. Here we go. Yes. Let's go to Twin. Retribution is amazing because, and I'll go in depth if you guys want me to later, but where is it? This was the extra one. It didn't start with that. I know it has it because it's been super useful for me. Basically, it doesn't allow you to die, so you'll always reprieve. You'll always return with 1 health. So as long as you don't get like death or magic summoned on you and you insta die, you will be instantly brought. You will be at 1 health no matter what. So they can't just like kill you even if it does your max bar. You'll still have 1 bar. So you'll have 1 chance to heal that character really quick before the next attack. So super useful, especially in the harder modes. You're definitely going to want to use a weapon with it. That's why I'm not using Hard Edge. Like, everyone loves to use Hard Edge because it has more raw damage. And yeah, great. It does a lot. It has a lot. But I rather have I rather have a little bit of that that extra, you know what I mean? So everyone's playstyle is different. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it was helpful. Feel free to reach out to me in the comments if you guys are struggling with any parts in the game. I've completed and got pretty much everything. I'm just kind of wrapping up little loose ends. Hope you guys are having a great day. Take care.